days ago I became a father, and it completely changed my life. Not only did my perspective change on life itself, but also how seriously I take my faith and my whole purpose as a man. Becoming a dad shocked me emotionally. Not only am I super grateful to be in the presence of this young baby and whom I get to be a part of his life, but there was so much emotion being triggered inside of me because I see this humble little beginning growing to a baby and then later a child and then a full-grown man, and we as parents are about to be a part of it, which is super amazing. I'm also realizing responsibility hits different now. Because before I was responsible for myself and my wife, and now with our baby, there's a whole new responsibility, and I get to choose the rules and the disciplines I've set up for my own life, and I get to give those lessons and disciplines to my son. I also want to emphasize that how important it is to have a relationship with God, because as the man of the house, I want to lead my family as good as possible as a man of God, reading my word daily, building up my relationship with Christ day in and day out, being consistent with that, so I can reap the benefits of having this godly relationship, and that I can transfer that to my son as well. So he sees what I'm doing and he's going to copy what I'm doing. Not what I'm saying, but what I'm doing. So I think this is a very important topic, that you set the foundation for your children and that you as a parent put God first over everything and the rest will come after. And that your children are going to adopt that as well. God is not only building my career, but He's building me up as a father, a husband, and a man of discipline. First, I want to come back to having the relationship with God, because it's super important as a human to have a relationship with Jesus. And you do that by building it up daily. You read the word daily, you pray daily, in order for you to stay attached to the tree. And He can grant you the life that you've been waiting for. Every prayer, every door that was locked, He can open it for you. And He can bless, you can be blessed like abundantly through the word, through prayer, having a relationship with God. He can bless you, not only your generation, but the next generations to come. So it's super important that you stay attached in today's world to God and Jesus. Second point that I'm trying to share with you is to have discipline as a father. There are many things in life that are temptations basically, and if you let yourself go, you can get out of control, and that can be in every area of your life. Finances, your overall health, your weight, your relationships with people, how honest you're being with yourself and others, and how loving. How much love can you share and give towards another, and give it also to you, to yourself, which is super important. So I would advise to check yourself and build yourself up in the disciplines that are good for you. Like if you don't know how to save money or you don't know how to invest, learn and gain knowledge. And the same with gaining weight or losing weight. You know, there are all kinds of things in today's world where there's no information lacking. Everything you can find on the internet. There's so much that you can learn and share your knowledge with others as well. Building legacy daily. What do I mean by that? You have to challenge yourself. You have to know that you are worth much more than you maybe think about yourself. Maybe you have low self-esteem, or maybe you don't have a positive outlook on life. All of that can be changed by setting up higher goals and achieving them. And if you have a strong desire in your heart, put that on your list and go with it to God, because He can grant you everything that you have faith for. So I would say, build your relationship with God, pray over the things that you want and desire that are good for you, Like, for example, buying a piece of land, growing your own food, starting that business, investing money, giving money to charity, spending money on your wife and children. All those things are good. So why not put a little bit of faith in it and reap the fruits from it? Because that's what legacy is all about. That you embrace the challenge and that you see yourself as much more, so that your children will see that as well, day by day, step by step. And it's not going to happen overnight, but having a daily routine, having a monthly plan or a yearly plan, I think is super important. One day my son will watch these videos and see the man that God was shaping me to become. To give a little bit of background about my life and my story, the reason why I make this video is not only so my son can watch these videos or to leave a legacy behind. There's also a personal story here, because I didn't grow up with my own dad. I never knew my father. My dad left me and my mom and my siblings when I was very young. I was 5 or 6 years old. I'm now 34. So during that period, up until my adult age, I never had a male role model that I could look up to. I was seeking for one, and not all of them were the right choice to look up to. And that caused me to doubt myself, to be in somewhat of an identity crisis, because I didn't really know who I was as a man until I discovered God. And Jesus told me exactly who I was in Him. And He gave me so much love through all the moments that I shared with Him, and every pain that I expressed towards Him, and all the lack that I had because I didn't grow up with my dad. And I wish I had those conversations with my dad. I wish I had the tough conversations and the tough questions that I had about life, about women, about my perspective on everything. And I didn't have that. So I turned my face towards God, and God helped me and relieved me from any kind of strongholds, any kind of pain, any kind of doubt that I had. And He helped me. He helped me shape and become the man that I am now. And I'm hoping by this video that I not only share that love that I feel for God and for you guys, but also for my son. And now that I am the man and still becoming the man that God wants me to be, I can be a much greater dad. And God showed me, because you didn't have the dad in your own life and you had the lack, you are now giving double towards your son, which I think is an awesome thing. Anything that you lacked in your own life, you can always give it back to the one you love, which is in my case my child and my wife, obviously. And lastly, I'm not here to pursue success. I am simply seeking the will of God for my own life, and I'm praying to God that He helps me, that He forms me and shapes me to become the man that He destined for me to be. And with that said, Matthew 6 verse 33 says, "Seek the kingdom first, and all these other things shall be added to you." We set ourselves up for failure if we do it the opposite way, if we seek success and all these other things. But we have to seek the kingdom first, and He'll help us with our finances, with any kind of desire, every obstacle, and even parenthood He can help us with, so that we can become and be the best versions of ourselves in Jesus. Well, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and next up I will post and share a video of how I met my wife. My wife is American. She comes from California, And yeah, I'm a Dutchman, so it's quite funny and interesting. So stay tuned, and until next time, bye.